Hey there, today at Treadmill Review Guru, we're going to take a look at the Horizon T101. So as you can see, this is Horizon's entry-level treadmill. So it is lightweight, it only weighs 165 pounds, it's compact, it folds up, and it has a 2.5 horsepower motor. So it's good for walking and maybe light jogging by lighter users. If you live in an apartment, it's very quiet. So I'll demo for you in just a minute how quiet that motor is in the background. So let's take a closer look at who it's best suited for. So the T101, as I mentioned, is Horizon's entry-level treadmill. So it does have a rather small motor. It's 2.5 horsepower motor, which is on the smaller end. So we recommend this for smaller users or for people who plan to walk. It is plenty powered for a nice, comfortable walking pace. It does go up to 10 miles an hour, but we would only recommend doing the higher speeds for short intervals, just because it isn't designed to maintain those higher speeds for long distances. It's best suited for slightly smaller users. The max weight capacity is 300 pounds, but based on the feel of the deck and how it feels when we're walking on it, we would err for lower on the weight scale for this machine. But it is incredibly quiet and it folds up. So it's very compact. It's really good for people who live in apartments or condos if you have a shared space. Or if you're somebody that's just very space conscious and you want something that folds up easy. It's also very affordable. So this is great for people who are looking for a valuable, affordable budget option. So we don't recommend it to larger users. If you are close to that weight limit, maybe 250 pounds or more, we would probably recommend looking at the 202 or 303 models. And we don't recommend it for people who plan to train for long distances with lots of intense running. So that's kind of who it's best suited for. So let's take a look at the overall construction of the Horizon T101. As I mentioned, this is a slightly smaller treadmill. So the entire treadmill only weighs 165 pounds, which is extremely lightweight. That makes it easy to move. It also folds up. So as you'll notice, you just come down here, grab the bottom of the deck, and you can lift and fold it and it locks into place, nice and secure. So it folds up and just kind of reduces dedicated space that you need to work out. It also has assisted release. So it will drop slowly back down to your floor. You don't have to navigate it as it drops down, and it won't damage your floors. So that's nice as well. This has the, they call it the perfect flex cushioning. So there is a little bit of cushioning in the deck, but this deck isn't super thick. So as we mentioned, we probably don't recommend it for heavy running or heavier users, but it is excellent for walking. It has a 2.5 horsepower motor, and it's very quiet. So let me turn it on for you real quick. I'm just gonna run it here in the background so you can kind of see as we're looking at it how quiet it is. You have a nice belt surface right here and nice wide side rails to step on and off. And one thing I really like about this machine is that it has an extremely low step-up height. So to step on and off the machine is only 8 inches. So that's one of the lower ones that we've seen, which makes it really easy to get on and off. It's really good for people that maybe have joint limitations, can't lift your knees up really high. And also when it's fully inclined all the way up, it only lifts to about 12 inches off the ground. So it also works well if you have lower ceilings, something like that. And as you can see, it's very quiet. So I'm not on it right now, so there's no foot noise, but the motor itself is very quiet in the background. So this makes it really good if you're in an apartment or something like that. So let me stop this real quick. The total footprint, it's 34 inches wide. And the width doesn't change, but when it's fully open, it's 70 inches long and 55 inches high. When you lift it and fold it, it collapses to 46 inches long and comes up to about 61 inches high, just because that deck pivots up. And the walking surface itself is 20 inches wide by 55 inches long. So once again, probably best suited for smaller users. Horizon covers this with a really impressive warranty. You get a full lifetime warranty on the frame and motor, and then it has 1-year warranty on parts and labor. All right, let's take a look at the console. So as you can see, this is a very simple console, but it's easy to use. The buttons are bright and well placed, so it's not confusing, which I really like. What you do have on the console is several preloaded programs. So starting right here above this shelf, you have 5 preloaded programs. So this is manual, and then this is weight loss, this is time, distance, and calorie burn. So you can just hop right on. If you want to do a manual program, just hit the manual button and it'll start. And then you have your incline buttons. You have manual incline here, which will take you up or down by 0.5. And then you also have preset manual incline on the left. And then over here on the right, it's the same with speed, except these will increase your speed by 1/10. And then you have your preset speeds over here. So, and of course you have your start stop button in the middle with enter, and I'll show you this little fan. So let's just start manual real quick. And let's say we want to go, we're going to take our incline up to 5 and our speed. So it's going to do a little countdown, and then it's going to start me. It will always start at 0.5 miles an hour. So that's just your base walking speed. And then if you want to kick it up, you can hit one of those on the side. So right now I'll do that 3 mile an hour, and let's take this up to a 5 incline. So that's how long it takes to adjust, and this is your display. So the red light indicates what program you're using. And then up here at the top, you can see that the lights are lit up for that particular metric. So right now it's telling me my time, speed, and distance. If I hit change display, it will tell me my calories, incline, and heart rate. So this change display button will toggle back and forth, and you'll see lights next to whichever metric is being displayed. So that just enables the console to be clean and simple. It just has the 3 LED windows, so you can see it and then go back and forth depending on which metric you want to see. So let me hit stop right here. The other thing I like about this machine is you have 2 different options as far as tablet holders. So I've got my phone up here, and there's a nice lip right there. You can drop a phone or a tablet up there if you want to, or you could bring it down here. It's lower and slightly better visibility, but it does cover up that screen. It doesn't affect the functionality. The screen will continue to work. If you're watching a program or using another training app or something, you can put it either place, which is kind of nice. You also have wide pockets over here for a water bottle, or I could drop my phone over there if I wanted to while I was running. And then down here you can see you do have a fan. It's not the most powerful fan, but it does provide a nice breeze, so that is nice, and it's well aimed. So it hits right about chest level, which is nice, and it's not too loud. So that's your fan. And then down here you have the horizontal bars, and you've got EKG grips. So you'll see there is a metric up here for heart rate. So if you're walking and you hold on to these sensors right here, your heart rate will appear in this box over here, which is nice if you're trying to track your heart rate. And then you also have speakers. So over on this side, there is both a headphone jack and an import jack. If you want to plug your phone in, you can play the music through the speakers. And it also has a USB port if you want to charge your phone while you're using it. Just use that cable and you're able to charge it. So it's a really pretty simple console, but it's very easy to use. I feel like there's plenty of space up here. I'm not encroaching on the motor hood because the console is well placed. And I love the large pockets with different storage areas. Let's take a look at the functionality of the Horizon T101. So as you can see, I've got it going in the background. This is 1 mile an hour, and I have it fully inclined. So that is the 10% incline. And like I mentioned, it raises to about 12 inches off the floor. So if I stand up here, I'll walk for just a second, and you can tell that as you walk, there's always a little more foot noise, but it still is really silent as far as the running feature. So let me kick up that speed just a little bit. We're gonna go to a 3 mile an hour walking speed. You can see there's just a little bit of give in that deck underneath from that absorption, which is really nice. And once again, this is walking fully inclined at 3 miles an hour. So let me demo the incline and decline feature. I'm going to maintain this speed, but I'm going to drop it down to about a 5% incline. So that's how long it takes to adjust. You're halfway down. The deck's dropped a little bit. Let me take it all the way down to a flat road. And right here, I'm going to kick up that speed to about 6 miles an hour, which is just a very moderate running pace. So as you can see, even when you're running, it really doesn't make a lot of noise. This is a very quiet treadmill. I'm going to step off real quick and drop that speed down so that it stops. The one thing I do like about this deck is even though it isn't super thick, for runners my size, for users my size, it's really, you have plenty of space. The 20 inches up here isn't super wide, but it's wide enough for a comfortable walking gait, and the same with the 55 inches of length. So if you're a tall runner, it might be a little short on your stride, but for most people, there's plenty of room up here. And I do like that the handlebars provide just enough support as you're getting up and off that machine. They're not in your way, so you don't have to move around them, but it makes it really easy to get on and off. So as you can see, there's a lot of things about the Horizon T101 that we really like. A few pros to consider: it's very quiet. As we listen to that motor, there's hardly any motor noise. The belt moves very quietly along the top of that deck. And having a quiet machine is really important if you live in a shared space. Maybe you're in an apartment or on an upper floor with neighbors below you. Having a quiet treadmill is really nice. It's also compact. So even when it's open, it doesn't take up much space, and it does fold up when you're done. It also has wheels on the front end so that when it's folded, you can lift it and roll it as needed, which is also nice. And the whole treadmill itself only weighs 165 pounds, so it's really on the lighter end. It's also nice because it doesn't require a subscription, so you don't have to pay for an ongoing service every month. You buy the treadmill and then you can just hop on and use it. So we really like that. We probably don't recommend it for larger users, people who plan to train intensively or for long distances, simply because that 2.5 horsepower motor is more designed for walking and maybe light jogging with an occasional interval in there. But if you plan to do some heavy training and you like to run longer distances, maybe look at the T202 or 303 or even the 7.0 or 7.8 AT Horizon models. They'll just give you a little more speed and power. In general, we're really impressed. We love the lifetime warranty on the frame and motor. That's a real positive. So if you'd like more information, make sure and check out our written review at treadmillreviewguru.com. For a link to current pricing, click below. And also, if you liked our video, make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up.